Here at SPTV, we know that one of the most important items of news for our residents is when one of their friends or neighbors has passed, and whether a memorial service has been scheduled. Many of you have asked about the method we use for communicating these announcements on SPTV, and what the procedure is for announcing memorial services as well. Today, we want to share information that we feel will be helpful to you regarding resident deaths, memorial services, and obituaries. All of the information that I am about to share with you can also be found on Shell Point's resident website at shellpoint.net/memorials. When a Shell Point resident passes, their friends and neighbors want to be aware of this information as soon as possible, so they can show support to the remaining spouse or family member. Cards and letters can be very meaningful and helpful during this difficult time, and they can provide a great deal of comfort to a grieving spouse or family member. But for residents to be able to respond in this compassionate way, they need to be aware in a timely manner. In light of the importance of this information, SPTV provides daily announcements on Channel 14 that run on slides throughout the day. Here's how the process works. When a Shell Point resident passes, the Resident Support Services Department is notified. Now, this happens automatically if their death occurs locally here in Lee County, and it does not require any effort on the part of the family of the deceased. Resident Support Services then provides the information to SPTV so that we can communicate this information to you. However, if a resident passes away when they are out of town, we rely on the family to alert us. There is no guarantee as to how soon they will contact Shell Point with this information. When the family member does reach out to Shell Point, they are immediately put into contact with the Resident Support Services Administrative Assistant, who then processes that information and sends out the notice. To benefit all residents and provide as much information as possible, SPTV provides the announcement of every resident who has passed immediately after we have received the information. When the announcement is received from Resident Support Services, it is placed on Channel 14 of SPTV for 7 days. In addition to providing this information on Channel 14, it is also posted in a special section of the resident website at shellpoint.net/memorials. Channel 14 is also where you can find information about upcoming memorial services. Memorial services are a wonderful opportunity to honor the life of an individual who has passed, as well as to provide closure and comfort to the family and friends left behind. Generally, memorial services are planned very quickly, and there is a very short time frame to communicate this information. You can also find information about memorial services on shellpoint.net/memorials. If a memorial service is being held at the village church staff will automatically alert Shell Point TV, and we will place this information on Channel 14. This information includes basic information such as the date, time, and place, so that you can make plans to attend the service. This information is also placed on shellpoint.net. However, some memorial services are held at other locations, or at meeting rooms within Shell Point, or off campus, such as at other local churches or synagogues. In these cases, we want to communicate that information as well. If a memorial service is being planned at an off-site location or in a different venue on campus, the village church will not be aware of this service and therefore will not be able to provide that information to SPTV. To provide information about a memorial service that is not being held at the village church, the spouse or family member planning the event should contact Shell Point's communications manager, Sarah Nadal, with the information about when and where the service is being held. She will then provide this information to SPTV so that it can be put on Channel 14 for all residents to see. She will also make sure that it's posted on shellpoint.net/memorials. You can reach Sarah Nadal by calling 239-454-2055 or email her at sarah.nadal@shellpoint.org. Written obituaries are another meaningful way to honor a loved one. A special remembrances site is located on the resident website at shellpoint.net/memorials to provide a permanent location to display this information. This remembrances site lists every resident who has passed. It also provides a special location where family members can permanently post a written obituary that shares the resident's life story. There's no limitation on the length, and it is free of charge. You might be surprised to learn that this section is one of our highest viewed sections on our website because it is checked frequently by residents as well as friends and family. If you would like to submit an online obituary, simply send the information by email to webmaster@shellpoint.net. These can be posted anytime after the resident's passing and will be maintained permanently in this location. Now I know this was a lot of information, so let me recap. First, regarding announcements about a resident's passing, these announcements will be made for every resident at the time of the death unless a previous request has been made to Resident Support Services that there be no public notice. They will be run for 7 days on Channel 14 of SBTV. It will also be posted on the resident website at shellpoint.net/memorials. If a resident passes while they are away from Shell Point, we rely on family members to contact Resident Support Services Department with that information. Once we have the information, we will post it on SBTV for 7 days. Second, regarding memorial services, if the service is being held at the village church staff will provide the information about the memorial service to SBTV for announcement. If the memorial service is being held at any location other than the village church, please send the information to Sarah Nadal at shellpoint.org. She will make sure it gets on SBTV and also on the resident website. Third, regarding written obituaries, you may post a written obituary to the Special Remembrances section of the resident website by emailing it to webmaster@shellpoint.net. We know that memorial services are a sensitive subject, and it is our desire to be as helpful as possible during this difficult time. All the information that I have just shared with you will be placed on shellpoint.net as a helpful reminder. If you have any additional questions about this information, please feel free to contact Sarah Nadal at 239-454-2055.